Another BetUS Jawn.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, all my top Billin villains, all my fellow Eagles brothers and sisters, I want to do a temperature check here. I want to know how you guys feel about my man Jahan Dotson. Y'all know I'm super high on him, being a huge Penn State fan. I champion this guy, and I must say, right, as a first-round pick, he has not lived up to being top Billin from your boy Top Billin, but I believe that man's talent level as a third receiver in this particular personnel grouping, I think is worth its weight in gold. But you have to let me know what you think. Don't let me influence you there. I'm saying this because we're coming out of the combine and working in the free agency and then the draft and all that right there. I want to know if you guys think there's an upgrade to Jahan Dotson and how he finished the year. Now, check this out right here. I love this particular play right here, right? You get that bluff motion back into trips from your boy Thin Diesel Devontae Smith here. You're going to get him with kind of a mid-level route right here on an out-breaking route here. So you get that. You get a bluff and release here by, I want to say it might be Dallas Goedert or somebody like that. So you can see the levels formation because you get Jahan Dotson here, who is the outside receiver, but technically becomes the inside receiver, and he's running kind of a sail route there. So your three-level concept there, and my man with this particular catch here, this is what Jahan Dotson is. He's route running, speed, and hands. Look at this. Yaka. Look at that. Come on. Like, what are we doing here? You guys remember this catch right here? People were going bananas when they saw this particular catch right here. But to me, it was just old guard, right? This is what Jahan Dotson does. Right over Tyson Campbell's head right there, right? Pinning on his little peanut head. Bang right there. The ball dislodges, but look at the concentration to not even really be looking at the ball, just having an innate feel with your hands there, and my man's able to corral that, right? Everybody going nuts, and cashews. But you know what that reminds me of, right? As a huge Jahan Dotson Penn State fan, some shit I already saw before. Remember this? This is broadcast footage, so I can't play the whole thing here, but you get the picture. Look at this. Going up over Shaun Wade. Similar kind of catch right here, right? He showed out in this game. I believe he put Shaun Wade, who came into the season as the number one cornerback, he made that man undraftable, right? He destroyed this man this game. Look at this, same kind of deal right there. You can't get on Jahan Dotson, can't really get a hands on him with his route running and his strength, even though he's thin himself. But look at this, right? Goes up at the apex, right on the climax joint right there. 50-50 elevation, right? Getting that bad boy on an even exchange, coming down with it, right? Check it out from this direction right here. Same kind of deal, same kind of catch. Nasty. What about this one? This was clean. Odell Beckham clean. Yaka. Come on, man. He was getting straight highlight reel catches off Shaun Wade, the number one corner in football there to open the year or at one of the beginning. Man, he had himself a poster. Take a picture of that. One hand John going up in a 50-50 exchange, plucking it out the sky. Come on, man. Jahan Dotson, all he does is catch whatever is thrown his way. Look at this routine play. My man's in a tight slot. They're going to run a screen for him. But look at this. Look where the pass is. And look, my man is able to still corral that bad boy. Look at this. The pass is behind him. He's a natural hands catcher like Odell Beckham. He has that type of hand-eye coordination. Look at that. That's not an easy catch at all, right? People gonna say, "Oh, it was, there's nothing, right? It was just a little short pass." That's a hard catch. Your momentum is turned the other way, and you having to pluck that bad boy, right? In an NFL game, come on, man. I've tried to tell people this before. This man is an outside receiver. Putting him on the inside smothers his work. Very similar to Devontae Smith. When they were in college, I remarked that Jahan Dotson was the East Coast Devontae Smith. He did everything to prove me right? His last year at Penn State there, becoming a first-round pick. And if we see right here, him on the outside, he does his best work. Now look at this. Absorb the contact, 0 to 60 acceleration, and then over the shoulder, you know who, right? Shane Victorino style there. Look at this bad boy, right? A two-hand jam. You never want to shoot a two-hand jam to begin with, so that's goofy right there. He would want to put that, of course, that right arm to that left shoulder pad and be able to turn himself and get into Devontae Smith's hip pocket. It just needs to be a rangefinder. But he's trying to play, right, the chicken fighting game right here, and he fails because once they bog it down, the 0 to 60 is in Jahan Dotson's favor. He's able to pick him up and put him down much quicker there than this guy. And, of course, King Jalen Hurts delivers the pill. Boom, right there. And my man with one of the better big plays to start the game out for us Philly Eagles. Now, this shows off Jahan Dotson's football intelligence. Y'all remember this from the playoff game right here, right? Originally, everyone stuck like Chuck. There's nowhere to go with this, right? This was pretty much all spot routes. So, luckily, the protection held up enough for Jalen Hurts to be able to full scan read and then go back and reverse his scans and be able to find a Jahan Dotson who shakes loose right here. This was a great play by him to shake loose in the back of the end zone. And Jacob. Nasty. Let's look at it from this direction right here. I don't get a damn content ID claim. They're starting a content ID claim all 22 film. That shit is crazy right here. But you can see right there, great setup, right? Half moon setup right there. Jalen Hurts continues to scan downfield. Oh, but it can't go through his progressions, Cletus. But look at that. He just did that bang right from way downtown. Bang, like my man Mike Breen would say, right into the waiting arms of Jahan Dotson in the back of the end zone there, getting himself a touchdown in the playoffs there. I say all that to say this. Jahan Dotson ended up with 19 catches for 216 yards. A lot of people were getting on me about that. Like, hey, your boy didn't do nothing and all this and that, right? I had several crazy exchanges with people over Jahan Dotson. And my point is this. Is there production to be had at the third wide receiver position? A first-round pick like Jahan Dotson couldn't get it done. And this is a guy who is a great route runner. Not a good route runner. He's a great route runner with elite hands. Some of the best hands you'll ever see. And he still couldn't, and he's fast, right? So he still couldn't get more than 19 catches for 216 yards. Before him, right, who was it? Quez Watkins. Now, Quez Watkins had at a time, right, before A.J. Brown arrived, where he was essentially the number 2 receiver, right? So 647 was his high mark, but as soon as A.J. Brown came, in 17 games played, he had 354 yards on 51 targets. Like a few touchdowns there, right? And that was him already being on the team established. Jahan Dotson getting traded to having to learn a brand new spot on a brand new team is a little bit different there. But you can see he still didn't have the production. And even in the 9 games he played last year, he was 142 yards there. And we had, of course, Olamide Zaccheaus, my dude, right? In Philly, his 1 year, he only had 10 receptions for 164 yards. Right? He goes to Washington, and he has pretty much the same kind of year that Jahan Dotson had in Washington, albeit he, of course, being a little bit more of a veteran than Jahan was. So what does that say about the players? It's hard to say. To me, it says more about the team and the scheme. You have 2 dominant 1A, 1B number 1 receivers in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Those guys are going to eat targets. There's not enough balls to go around, especially, I'm saying no Diddy right there. No Diddy. Especially when you factor in, of course, we're a run outfit. And we target the tight end. It's just a position that's going to be cursed, the third receiver. So does it matter if you go out and get, let's say, somebody like Isaiah Bond? This guy can run. He'd be on a rookie contract for a few years. Maybe it's best to, you know what I'm saying, go and get somebody like him? Or do you stick with somebody like Jahan Dotson, who you know is a number 1 receiver type with his skill set, right? Not with the production, with his skill set. I don't give a damn who it is. You put Jahan Dotson on a practice field with anyone out there, he's still going to have better route running. He's still going to have better hands, and he'll be just as fast as anybody out there. He has 4.4 speed. So what do you guys think about that? Is that feasible? Go ahead and try to lock Jahan Dotson up, and then that be your 3 guys from here on in? Regardless, from here on in, you better be getting over to BetUS, man. They're still running that special, 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next 2. If you haven't already done so, now's the chance. Combat sports is heating up, and you guys know I'm a huge combat sports fan. I was getting it on right over the weekend with your boy Tank Davis going against Lamont Roach. And hey man, if some of you guys had the cojones to go with Lamont Roach, you would have been balling out. And you want to be using BetUS because they're going to have that 24/7 customer support, 24-hour payouts. Come on, man. All you have to do is enter the promo code YouTube150. Remember, that's up to $5,000 with 10% gambler's insurance too. 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two. YouTube150 is the promo code. BetUS, where the game begins.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.